And here it is. Welcome to our next The Odyssey. And as per usual, we'll be taking a very historic route to get there. In fact, the route that we're using to get there, I last used back in 1984, I believe. But only as far as Billy. 86 rather. But only went as far as Billy. The next time I went all the way to D.C. over that route would have been 1978. So the first time for us in a while over the route that we're taking. Stick around. Up here is I-95 South. But that's not the way we're going though. Here's our route for today. The MARC train. And one of those will be ours. Well, did I pick a good route or what? We're now it's sunny, about 55 degrees. Getting up early for a train ride reminds me of going to Cass, West Virginia and riding their steam train to Bald Knob. That's what I used to do in October. Ride a steam train. I guess Mark will have to do. And finally, here comes our limo. My first MARC ride. Alright, we snuck on. I'll sit in the observation car. Reminds me of being on an airplane. Except for one thing. I've never been on an airplane. Alright, good enough. Window seat. I can watch the clouds beneath me this way. Martin Airport across the street. I will soon depart it. My last trip down the corridor was back in '86 when I made the Morgantown special. Vid posted. And cool FYI stuff.
You have safety instructions for the top by level. Or up top.
Fire escapes. And now moving on down the line. That's a ZZ Top song, in case you didn't know. Next stop, Penn Station. A bike trail. A bike trail on the corridor? Yeah, right. And there's the Martin Airport siding. Our Freedom train was on that track back in '76. And Martin Boulevard. We've slowed down a bit as you pass through the Jessica Park area. Wish I could show you more of it. I assume we're going to switch tracks pretty soon. I go to one of those tracks on the right. I'm not finally switching tracks. Right now we're just creeping. And up here we cross part of the back river. Now passing the Orangeville Yard and the connection with CSX way over there somewhere. And up here's the Harbor Tunnel Thruway, or rather I-95. We'll pass it again in the Halethorpe area. She's rail fanning too, on Norfolk Southern over there. Outside there's Hopkins Bayview, where Dolly used to work. That's the Harbor Tunnel Thruway. Now we're in the area of Johns Hopkins Hospital. We should be crossing Broadway in a few seconds. I hope. Nice view of the city, I suppose. And up here should be Broadway. There it is. Now we're in one of the tunnels, obviously. Don't they have lights in here? Now arriving Penn Station. Back in the 70s and 80s, I used to hang out here before everybody became so security conscious. I'd be too paranoid to do that now. Best to boarded the train here would have been 86, as I said, for the Morgantown special. When you get a chance, watch it. More train blocking the view. Now this brings back memories for me. I used to always board trains here. Oh, is that where we are? Look what just pulled in.
Restroom location in this consist located in front of the train first car. Safety instructions located around your seats, please. Familiarize yourself.
See you later. That's a long one.
Yes,
Where's the locomotive?
There's a lot of people in there. They all have
There it is. That's one of the longest Odyssies I've ever seen. Now finally departing ourselves. We had a semi-long station stop. Maybe we're ahead of schedule and had to wait a bit. Last time I got a video of this would have been 1986. Now, thanks to that fence there, I can't park in that parking lot as I used to on the other side. Better parking area there. I used to park my car there and walk back to the platforms. No more of that. That green and yellow bridge is the Howard Street Bridge. Right there is where the Ma and Pa station once stood. The old Ma and Pa Railroad. Long torn down to make room for the Howard Street Bridge. That's why they tore it down. Right there's my former parking space.
You have my tickets?
Washington,
And that track to the right there is the Northern Central. In fact, technically this is Northern Central line that we're on now until we leave and go into the tunnel. Because the Central came through before the Pennsylvania Railroad did. The Central was first. And there's the North Avenue Bridge. But back in the 80s, the track was in better shape. And if you watched my vid of the Morgantown special, you would have seen this before, off of VHS tape. CSX there in the distance. I'm tucking into the B&P Tunnel, Baltimore and Potomac. Just like 1986. Now we're exiting. This is a multi-part tunnel, obviously. No exiting for good, I hope. As you can see, this is an incredibly scenic ride, isn't it? Route 40, Edmondson Avenue, I believe that is, and the West Baltimore Station. I haven't passed here in years. And after this comes Halethorpe. And there's the Western Maryland line, now part of CSX. And again, more cool scenery along here. Someplace up here, the Catonsville branch once bore off, but it's been pulled up. I'll see if it's still visible, any part of it. I believe I showed you that last view back in 1986 originally. Along with this. Yep, that Morgantown special was a fun ride. If this isn't the most scenic of all lines, but it's semi-historic. In fact, the B&O first tried to buy it, but they were outbid by the Pennsylvania Railroad and thus forced to build their own line from Baltimore to Philadelphia because someone named John Garrett didn't bid enough money, and the Mighty Penn picked up the line from Baltimore to Philly, thus forcing the B&O to build their own line.
Attention, ladies and gentlemen. This next station stop is Halethorpe. Please watch your step exiting train. There is a gap between train and the station platform. Thank you for choosing Mark to begin service.
Now approaching Halethorpe. I'll see the fellow YouTuber is standing out here. Haven't seen anyone yet. Nope, no one here. That I know, that is. In '86, I commented how we got from Baltimore to Bowie in 10 minutes. Today took about half hour counting all the stops. That's progress, isn't it? Go, Mark. All this beautiful scenery along here. Wow. You can see for miles. Now arriving in Odyssey. I have photos from here from back in the 80s, before they changed all this around. It's all different now. In '86, we took the Pope's Creek line from Bowie to the power plant. The last time I rode to D.C. this way would have been 1978. There was an old crossing here for the road that's been closed off. I have shots of the original station too. Here's the replacement. Rather Spartan. The original one was nicer. And again, beautiful scenery. Approach our next stop, Bowie State. I didn't know Bowie was a state. I love educational train rides. Got the Bowie Y track. The Pope's Creek line bears off there and goes towards the power plant. This point south, my first time since 1978. Because in '86 we turned left for Pope's Creek. And again, incredible scenery here. Now approaching New Carrollton. And up here the Associated Station. What all that stuff is, I couldn't tell you. Oop, out of sight. Nice concrete wall here. Oh, back in sight, okay. When everything turns fancy like that, you know we're approaching Washington. They do things big down here. One Amtrak stopped over there. Actually, we're stopped. It's moving. Now we're moving too. Over here, some AC/DC. And now officially entering Washington itself. Next stop, Union Station. So named because it was the union of many railroads that used it. You had the Pennsy, the B&O, the Southern, they all united there, hence the name. Any of them still run? And now being paralleled by CSX. And there's the Amtrak yard. That's the CSXY. Going up towards the Metropolitan Branch. Subdivision, whatever they call it these days. For points west. Welcome to Washington. And over there, the D.C. Metro Yard. A CPL. I guess CSX didn't catch it. It's still there. I guess one could call all this the throat trackage as we approach the station. Wonder what group they're part of. Okay, we're there. Oh, dark out there. We're up to D train. Long walk.
I know.
Ah, there we go. It's a hike just getting off the train. We're here. Haven't been here since 1978. And it's been remodeled since. Been looking real good since the remodeling back in the 80s. Guess we'll step outside and check things out. See how things are in the real world out there. Now we're back out. Interesting station though. Here's a way to get around. Run a bike. But I guess we'll walk. But before continuing on, here's the front facade to Union Station. Yes, indeed. Back in the 70s, she and I would sit down here on a train. Then we go to the Capitol and hide behind the bushes and have our fun. Back then. Alright, enough said. Let's go. And now by the Capitol, Mr. Bullfrog goes to Washington and speaks for you. There's some scaffolding in place. I guess the dome is being worked on. You gotta pay for that first. Whatever. Anyway, heading down Constitution Avenue towards our next location. This is different. taking a day Odyssey while walking. A walking Odyssey. A day Odyssey on foot. At least we're saving gas. This is the museum. I guess acronym for News Museum. There are a lot of diagonal streets though in this town. Gets confusing sometimes. But this is how the Freemasons laid the streets out. There's a pattern to these streets. And one of my favorite places. Over there we have the Washington Monument. But behind me, we have the White House. The South Lawn. Wonder if Barack's home. Let's knock on the door and find out. And now on the north side of the White House, and there it is behind those trees. This is where the guy jumped the fence in September 2014. Maybe someone do it again and I'll get him on video. And of course the Secret Service is here. Anybody home in there? I know what. She and I like the couple that faked their way in a few years ago. And the couple faked their way in. If she and I will do that. This place always draws a crowd. Wonder why. Everyone's taking selfies and whatever. There you have it. Mr. Bullfrog goes to Washington and brings you back some vid. But that's not my address. And probably won't be anytime soon. And heading for our next spot. If the White House is the people's house, how come they didn't let us in? Before going any further, something we really need around here. Now coming to Constitution Avenue. At one time there was a branch of the C&O Canal that came across here, but got filled in early on. But the Lock House is still left though, about a block down. And now by the Smithsonian, which is right over here. Haven't been inside there since the 60s. But they got some cool stuff, I understand. All the usual tourist stuff. Kind of like being down the ocean. Still hard to believe a canal went right along here before it got filled in. A lot of folks get around by bike. Maybe we should have done that. there's our buddy. I waved to him. He couldn't wave back because his hands weren't free. She's doing her tourist thing. Stops every couple seconds to take a picture or something. Typical tourist. Oh, a squirrely city. Oops. Oh, nuts. Another friend. Hello. Those cops never answer you. Any friendly cops in this city? Again, as I mentioned before, a branch of the C&O Canal once ran along here. And there's a photo I have of the canal here on the Capitol in the background. And again, she's being a typical tourist. And now on the mall, looking west towards the monument. And behind me, that thing. Oh, birds. Lots of birds there. Where's Alfred Hitchcock? Interesting how this area was all swampland at one time. In fact, when they built this city, they had to raise the level of the ground about 15 feet to avoid flooding. So what you're seeing here is about 15 feet higher than the original ground, believe it or not. Another cool fact there for you. What's in here? Oh, a water fountain. A fancy fountain. I'll just take the water, that's good enough. Mineral water, just for you. Constipation? Anyway, still interesting how a branch of the C&O Canal once ran to the Capitol. But now they converted parts of that branch into a sewer. Good way for a canal to end. But there you have it. Your bullfrog goes to Washington. Yep, she's still doing her tourist thing with her camera. Alright. Head back towards Union Station, which I believe is in this direction. The rally across the way there is for Israel or something like that. An Israeli rally. We passed this place a couple hours ago on our way out. Let's get back to Union, this direction somewhere. Still, it's been a productive visit here. But these Odysseys on foot have got to go. My feet and legs are killing me. And up there, back at the station. All the horns blowing all over the place, but don't know why. Too many horns. This is one horny city. There's our entrance. But first, they got some big buses up here. Still, check out that entrance. We have an hour to kill before our train leaves. I guess we'll kill it here. There you have it. And back inside Union. I smell food cooking in here. When I was last here, this mall wasn't here yet. There was one big chamber here and that was it. Life here at Union Station. But our train's on the board. Number 3 from the top. Got about 20 more minutes to kill. Guess I'll have a slight look around. And buy my tickets as well. Yeah, there we go. We finally got our tickets. That's it for the boarding area. Another 10 minutes, we'll be boarding. Let's go see if we're boarding yet. Oh, it says boarding now. The sign did say boarding. My bad.
This is the last call for Amtrak Northeast Regional Train number 99 en route to Newport.
We got time. No need to run. Mark train. Our Mark train's up here. No, not that one. That's a private observation car. Ours is the public one further up. She's taking pictures again. It's not supposed to leave for 10 more minutes yet. All right. Yes. Over there, a Northeast Regional, waiting for its turn to shine. And Mark train 692 to Martin Airport is now departing. And I'm on it. Back to daylight again. There is a Northeast Regional sitting there. Look at all those catenaries. Lots of wiring there. Ain't just used the tower. Crossing over to the northbound track. One nice look at D.C. as we depart. Not the most scenic of all rides, but hey, a train is a train.
Hello, Papa. Hey, Papa.
That's part of the southbound connection there, joining us on the right, on the running right.
This is the last stop.
Stop, that's where we're going.
Last stop.
Thank you.
And that track over there is part of the D.C. Metro.
The police is not here. Yes, I do.
Stopping for a station. New Carrollton again.
Alright, come on. What's on? What? You copied me.
And via time lapse, departing New Carrollton. Although now it's not so new. We were here before.
Turn it off, too.
And already the moon's out. And part of the D.C. metro yard there. One of them.
It was just mine in the mini.
Oops, now it's gone. Once again, there's the Pope's Creek line. Took a train there back in '86, as I said before. Once again, the Bowie State Station. And already departing. That's it for Bowie State.
Attention, ladies and gentlemen, next stop is Odenton.
Why did you do that?
But after a point, this gets hypnotic. It feels like the scenery's moving and the train is standing still. If that's possible. Yeah, hey, I know that road. I used to drive on that road back in the 80s. Over there, part of Odenton Yard.
Attention, ladies and gentlemen, this station stop is Odenton. Please watch your step exiting train. There will be a gap between train and the station platform. And thank you for choosing March Weekend Service.
Remember you heard that?
And to think back in the 80s, I used to hang out here and take pictures of Conrail. That won't happen again for a long time because Conrail's gone. And again, Odenton. Looks different than when I was last here, though.
Okay, Nicholas, stop. Nicholas, is that you? Nicholas, did you turn it off?
There's the old road. There was a crossing here once upon a time,
Nicholas,
obviously.
turn it off. Nicholas,
And back on the road again. I mean, back on the rails again. It's in this spot where back in 1986, I met someone on that train named Carl France, who told me all about the Cass Scenic Railroad. Yeah, I met the guy right here, and the rest is history. Yes, I met the man that turned me on to Cass right here. And where's that man now? Probably in Cass. The ride is next week, the Fall Cass Special. I knew Cass existed, but the guy I met here convinced me to go there. And again, arriving at BWI Station. I rode my bike here once. I rode my bike as far as right there. Then turned and went back that way to the right. Vid posted. Thank you, but I'm a rail fan. Now leaving this place. The next place is Halethorpe. Still, I thought these MART trains went faster than this. I think the Mon Pa went faster than this.
Yeah, what's up? Yeah, are you
And again, Halethorpe.
Yeah, Scott?
And again, don't see anybody I know.
So,
Nobody I know on this side either.
Oh, I did. You know what? I was thinking that I had saved up this number, and apparently I didn't think.
Thought I'd keep shooting just in case.
What is your last name again? Yes, his fucking name is Scott.
Nope, that's it. Again, the Western Maryland line down there. Now part of CSX. Back in Baltimore. But we still got miles to go there before we sleep. As I keep saying, another day Odyssey videos.
Where do we get these people?
Once again, Edmondson Avenue, US 40. Looking east. One of our friends down there. Somewhere there. There. Again, Mark's going slow. Mark is doing Mon-Pa speed. Now at a dead stop, waiting for a turtle to cross the tracks. And now at a full stop because we're back at Martin. Alright, let's split this thing. Now they're putting it away, but I can't hang around. Anyway, so there's today's Odyssey for you. Hope you enjoyed. And hopefully I'll be able to afford to do more of these Odysseys. Hopefully. And give you all more to watch. Okay, hope you enjoyed Washington. And Mark as well. Until the next one.